Welcome to my Samurai Champloo anniversary piano tutorial series. Starting May 27th, I'm uploading a tutorial for a tune from the soundtrack every Friday until I'm done uploading everything I've got. It's already week 5, crazy how time passes by so quickly. Anyway, this week's tune is Kujaku by Nujabes. This track always makes me think of two fighters dancing around one another in the ring. Their centers of gravity always shifting, one step after another. But it also reminds me of something I used to do, back when I moved in with my parents during the pandemic in my 3rd year of college. I wanted a way to healthily and constructively let off some steam, so I hung an old punching bag up outside my garage and would let loose on it every Saturday afternoon. My parents got me the bag when I was 9 years old, back when I did kung fu, so it was way too light for me at 19 years old. I strapped a backpack full of textbooks to the bag to add weight. When I was wailing on the bag, I'd play Kujaku because it cleared my mind and got me to move my body rhythmically. Now, whenever I hear the tune, I think back to this time in my life during the pandemic when I was beating the shit out of a scrappy, old, thrown together heavy bag to let off steam. Fun times. First up, I'll play the tune so you know what it sounds like and can see what my hands are doing. Kujaku is in the key of C minor. This is my favorite minor key. A bunch of tunes I like are in this key. We Will Meet Again by the Bill Evans Trio. Showtime piano refrain from Homestuck. Air Conditioning by Joran Tensei de Bruin. Solar by Miles Davis. I by Kendrick Lamar. Blue Bossa by Kenny Dorham, played by Dexter Gordon. The list goes on and on. I think of this tune sort of like a jazz tune. The chord progression is a big reason why. To me, it's a perfect tune to open up for improvisation. If you haven't watched last week's tutorial, go do that. I deliver a crash course on jazz harmony and improvisation using Shiki no Uta as an example of a song you can jazz up. In fact, I demand you go watch last week's tutorial. I'll say, the stuff I cover in that video is mandatory knowledge for this tune too. Go pause this video right now, watch that one, and come back here when you're done. Finished? Okay, let's move on. This tune has some jazz harmony stuff going on. There's a 2-5-1 in C minor. This chord here is a D minor 7 flat 5. It's just like the 2-7 chords that you're used to seeing in the major key, but with a flattened fifth. These also go by the name of half-diminished 7th chords. A fully diminished 7th chord would be a diminished triad, which you get by stacking a minor third on top of a minor third, and taking a diminished 7th, which is a minor 7th, but 1/2 step smaller, and putting all that together. That there is a fully diminished 7th chord. A half-diminished 7th chord would be the diminished triad, but no diminished 7th, just a minor 7th. There's our half-diminished 7th. So we have our D half-diminished 7th, or D minor 7 flat 5. This is our 2 minor 7 flat 5, to our 5-7. This is our 5 dominant 7, to our 1 minor 7, C minor 7. D minor 7 flat 5 to G7, this is our dominant 7, to C minor 7, 2 minor 7 flat 5, 5 dominant 7, 1 minor 7. Ooh, also, something else really cool going on here. There's a 2-5-1 that leads us to a different key. We get this F minor 7 to B flat 7 to E flat major 7. It's still a 2-5-1, but it's not in our home key of C minor. It brings us to end up in E flat major. C minor and E flat major do share the same key signature, but ending on the E flat major 7 gives us a major sounding resolution, making stuff interesting, changing up how this part of the progression feels. And then after that, it's right back to C minor via 5-1. It may take some practice before you get to be able to jump between all the chords at tempo. But once you've got that, it's just the same set of chords repeated over and over. That's a common theme between all these beats. They all recycle a basic chord progression again and again. Let's talk a little bit about the melody. It's clearly written out in the transcription that I'm providing in the description, as always, so there's really no need for me to spend too much time talking about it, but there's a little bit of stuff to mention. First, I can simplify this quick little run here for you. It's essentially just an ascending C minor scale. So if you can play an ascending C minor scale, you've got this part down pat. It's just a little different, but you see all the notes come straight from the ascending C minor scale. So refresh yourself on the ascending C minor scale and practice this part slowly at first. And speed it up as you get more comfortable. Second, this melody makes generous use of the flat 5 of C minor. This altered pitch is called a blue note. From Wikipedia, blue notes are notes that, for expressive purposes, are sung or played at a slightly different pitch from standard. Blue notes are commonly used in, you guessed it, the blues. to bring a bluesy or melancholy feeling to a tune. This scale I'm playing right now is called the blues scale, and it uses that flat 5. A lot of melodic material in jazz and blues, walking bass lines, improvisation, all that kind of stuff, often involves usage of the blues scale. So the next time you listen to jazz, or music that samples jazz, like Nujabes tunes, listen for the blue note. And the blues scale. And that's that. This week's tutorial was a lot shorter than last week's, thank God. Next week we have the song that's even more heart-wrenching than Shiki no Uta, if such a thing was even possible. It's a song I totally missed when I watched Samurai Champloo for the first time. I didn't know it existed until I rewatched in 2021. But now that I do, it's one of my favorites from the series. Tune in next week and learn all about it. See ya.